Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible? Okay. Okay. So what I was saying, if x, this one, we have to show that x by x plus 1 less than log of 1 plus x less than x if x is greater than 0. That we have to prove. Let us consider this one as fx, log of 1 plus x as fx. So we know that fx is equal to f naught plus x f dash theta into x, where 0 less than theta less than 1. Fx is log of 1 plus x, that is equal to f naught is log 1, x into f dash theta into x, f dash theta into x will be 1 by 1 plus theta x. Now, as theta is lying between 0 and 1 and x is positive, therefore, theta into x will lie between 0 and x. Okay, 0 less than theta less than 1. If we multiply throughout by x, because x is positive, then we'll have 0 into x less than theta into x less than x into 1. Is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear?
No, ma'am. Can you just repeat?
Fx, I have put fx equal to log of 1 plus x. Now, Maclaurin's theorem states that fx is equal to f naught plus x into f dash theta into x, where 0 less than theta less than 1. So log of 1 plus x will be f naught means log 1 plus x into f dash theta into x. F dash x is 1 by 1 plus x, because derivative of log x is 1 by x. So that of log of 1 plus x will be 1 by 1 plus x. So log of 1 plus x, derivative of that is 1 by 1 plus x. That is f dash x. So f dash theta into x will be 1 by 1 plus theta into x. So this becomes 0 plus x into 1 by 1 plus theta into x, where 0 less than theta less than 1. हाँ निकेत बस वो normally यही लेते हैं, because you have to show that this is lying between this and this. One function will be given to you. Priya, can you hear me, Priya? Is there anyone named Priya here?
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ma'am, that is my roll number.
You have written
I don't
in
know who
chat?
is she.
Okay.
No, that is not me. I didn't wrote anything.
Oh my goodness, Miss. I think it is that. Miss, I think it is that boy. You know, Miss. That boy. I think roll number 20. He is back again with this new name, Priyakar.
रोज न्यू नाम नहीं आने लगती.
Okay. तो अनिकेत वो तुम ही हो ना? अनिकेत जो चैट में लिखे थे वो?
Yes, ma'am. मैं
Okay. So normally क्या होता है? Given a function and if the question is like this, normally most of the times you will come across such questions. Huh? One function of x will be given to you, and you have to show that that function of x lies between two other functions of x. Normally question comes like this. In that case, what we do, suppose we have to show that f1x less than f2x less than f3x. In that case, we choose that f2x as our fx. The function which is in between, that function we consider as fx, because we will use this inequality 0 less than theta less than 1. That inequality will use. So fx is log of 1 plus x. fx is log of 1 plus x. Therefore, fx is f naught plus x f dash theta x. So log of 1 plus x is f naught, that means log of 1 plus x into f dash theta into x. F dash theta into x is, for log x, the function derivative is 1 by x. So for log of 1 plus x, it will be 1 by 1 plus x. F dash theta x, f dash x is 1 by 1 plus x, f dash theta x will be 1 by 1 plus theta into x. So this will be x into 1 by 1 plus theta into x. So log of 1 plus x is log 1 plus x into 1 by 1 plus theta into x. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Am I
ma'am, we can
audible?
hear
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay. So log of 1 plus x is x divided by 1 plus theta x. Now what we'll do, we have to find out the limit of this log of 1 plus x, boundaries of this log of 1 plus x. For that, we'll find out the boundaries of this thing, x by 1 plus theta x. For that, one thing we know that theta lies between 0 and 1. We need x by 1 plus theta into x. So let's multiply throughout by x. Given that x is positive, so if theta lies between 0 and 1, so if we multiply throughout by x, the sign of inequality won't change. It will be 0 less than theta into x less than x. 0 less than theta into x less than x. We need x by 1 plus theta into x. So if we add 1 throughout, we'll have 1 plus 0 less than 1 plus theta into x less than, I'm sorry, x দিয়ে multiply করেছিলাম, 0 into x less than theta into x less than x. 0 less than theta x less than x. So if we add 1, we'll have 1 less than 1 plus theta into x less than 1 plus x. 1 less than 1 plus theta into x less than 1 plus x. So if we take the inverse of that, 1 by 1 plus theta into x will lie between 1 and 1 by 1 plus x, but this time the sign will be changing. Once again, I'm repeating. Given that x is greater than 0 and we know that theta lies between 0 and 1, whenever we are applying the mean value theorem, we know that theta is a fractional number, that is theta lies between 0 and 1. Since theta lies between 0 and 1, therefore theta into x lies between 0 and x. So 0 less than theta into x less than x. We need x divided by 1 plus theta x. I've got the limits of theta into x. 0 less than theta into x less than x. So if we add 1 throughout, we'll have 1 plus 0 less than 1 plus theta x less than 1 plus x. Now let us take the inverse of it. 1 by 1 plus theta x. That will be, this was 1. That will be 1 by 1, that is 1. The right hand side was 1 plus x, that will be 1 by 1 plus x. But the thing will be that this time the sign will be changing. 1 greater than 1 by 1 plus x, 1 plus theta into x greater than 1 by 1 plus x. 1 greater than 1 by 1 plus theta into x greater than 1 by 1 plus x. Since x is positive, sign won't change. Our left hand side is 1, will be having x. This one will be 1 by 1 plus theta x, x into হবে. So x by 1 plus theta x. Right hand side was 1 by 1 plus x, that will be x by x plus 1. So we get x greater than log of 1 plus x greater than x by x plus 1 for all positive values of x. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is the connectivity better now? Or same thing? Is it better?
Better.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Show that 2x by 1 minus x square greater than log of 1 plus x by 1 minus x greater than 2x, where 0 less than x less than 1. Show that 2x by 1 minus x square greater than log of 1 plus x by 1 minus x greater than 2x if 0 less x less 1. Fx is log of 1 plus x by 1 minus x. That is your fx. Okay, fx is log of 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x. Again, the same thing. Since we have to show that log of this lies between two other functions of x, that's why we'll consider this one as fx. And we'll apply mean value theorem on it. Now, log of 1 plus x by 1 minus x. Log a by b is same as log a minus log b. So this is your log of 1 plus x minus log of 1 minus x. That is your fx. So what will be f dash x? F dash x will be 1 by 1 plus x minus 1 by 1 minus x, and for minus x, one more minus sign will be coming. That's why 1 by 1 plus x plus 1 by 1 minus x. So it's 2 divided by 1 minus x square. That is your f dash x. So from mean value theorem, we have fx equal to f0 plus ax into f dash theta into x, where 0 less than theta less than 1. That is your fx. So log of 1 plus x by 1 minus x, that will be equal to f0. f0 means log of 1, that is 0, plus x into f dash theta x. F dash x is 2 by 1 minus x square. So f dash theta x will be 2 by 1 minus theta square x square. So the after applying mean value theorem, we have log of 1 plus x by 1 minus x, that is equal to 2x divided by 1 minus theta square x square. 2x by 1 minus theta square x square. Now we have to find the limit of this. Actually, we have to find the boundaries of this. That means we'll be finding out the limits of this thing. For that, not only thing, we have two things in our hand. One is given that x lies between 0 and 1, and the second one is by mean, since we are applying mean value theorem, so theta should lie between 0 and 1. These are the two things we have in our hand, and with the help of these two things, we have to find out the boundaries of this thing. Now let's start from this. Theta lies between 0 and 1. So theta square will also lie between 0 and 1. So 0 less than theta square less than 1. Now we have to find out minus theta square into x square. So minus theta square, if we multiply this by minus 1, this will be 0, this will be minus 1, sign will be changing. 0 greater than minus theta square greater than minus 1. Now we need minus theta square x square. So let's multiply throughout by x square. X square is positive, so sign won't change. Therefore, 0 into x square will be greater than minus theta square into x square greater than minus 1 into x square. 0 greater than minus theta square x square greater than minus x square. 1 minus theta square x square we want. So we'll add 1 throughout. 1 greater than 1 minus theta square x square greater than 1 minus x square. Okay. So after that, we have to take the inverse. So 1 greater than 1 minus theta square x square greater than 1 minus x square. If we take the inverse, 1 by 1 minus theta square x square. This will be 1 by 1, there is 1. This will be 1 by 1 minus x square. Sign will be changing now. This is 1 less than 1 by 1 minus theta square x square less than 1 by 1 minus x square. Now, our expression was this one, 2 by 1 minus x square. 2. Okay, our expression was 2x by 1 minus theta square x square. 2x by 1 minus theta square x square. That was our expression. So 1 by 1 minus theta square x square lies between 1 and 1 by 1 minus x square. So if we multiply throughout by 2x, we'll have 2x less than 2x by 1 minus theta square x square less than 2x by 1 minus x square. As the x is positive, therefore sign won't change. That will remain like this. Now 2x by 1 minus theta square x square is nothing but log of 1 plus x by 1 minus x. Therefore, 2x less than log of 1 plus x by 1 minus x less than 2x by 1 minus x. And that was what we had to prove. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next is our Cauchy's mean value theorem. So first one was Rolle's theorem. After that, we had Lagrange's mean value theorem. After that, we are coming to Cauchy's mean value theorem. What was Rolle's theorem? Rolle's theorem was, suppose we have a function fx which is continuous in a closed interval and derivable in the corresponding open interval. Obviously, you know the difference between closed interval and open interval.
Yes, ma'am.
Closed interval means the endpoints are also included. Open interval means the endpoints are excluded. So the function is, in case of Rolle's theorem, the function is continuous in closed interval. The function is derivable in the corresponding open interval. And at the endpoints of that range where the function is defined, the ordinate values are equal. The function values are equal. In that case, there exists at least one point in between the endpoints where the derivative of the function is equal to 0. That was Rolle's theorem. Now, geometrically, if we try to interpret geometrically, derivative of the function is 0. That means at least one point is there where the tangent to the curve is parallel to x-axis. That is Rolle's theorem. Next comes Lagrange's mean value theorem. Lagrange's mean value theorem, also known as generalized mean value theorem, not generalized, that is Taylor's theorem, also known as mean value theorem. So mean value theorem is what? First and second condition of Rolle's theorem are there. In that case, at least one point C must be there in between the endpoints where the derivative of the function is equal to fb minus fa by b minus c. That is Lagrange's mean value theorem. fb minus fa by b minus c equal to f dash c, where c lies between a and b. Now, if we replace b by a plus h, where h has got a very small value, in that case, that mean value, that Lagrange's mean value theorem takes the form f of a plus h minus fa divided by b minus a. B minus a is nothing but h. So f of a plus h minus fa divided by h equal to f dash c. C is a number between a and b. That is, c is a number between a and a plus h. So c may be chosen as a plus theta into h, where theta lies between 0 and 1. F of a plus h minus fa by h equal to f dash a plus theta into h, where 0 less than theta less than 1. That is your Lagrange's mean value theorem. Now, geometrically, since fb minus fa by b minus a is the slope of the line joining the point a comma fa and b comma fb, therefore, according to Lagrange's mean value theorem, if the first two conditions of Rolle's theorem are satisfied, in that case, there exists at least one point in between the endpoints where the derivative is equal, where the tangent to the curve is parallel to the straight line or the chord joining the points a comma fa and b comma f. That is geometrical interpretation of Lagrange's mean value theorem. Now, Lagrange's mean value theorem, the second form, which is f of a plus h minus fa equal to h into f dash a plus theta into h, where 0 less than theta less than 1. There, if we replace a